We talk a lot about blockchain, and usually we focus on its incredible superpower, permanence, the idea that everything recorded on it is there forever. But what if that very strength, that core feature, is also its most profound weakness? That's what we're going to dig into, the deep, kind of tricky ethical questions behind immutable blockchains.
All right, so first things first, let's get on the same page about what this whole immutability thing really means. It's the absolute foundation of this entire conversation, so let's lock it in.
We've all heard that saying, right? I mean, you post one embarrassing photo from a decade ago or a comment you wish you could take back, and it feels like it's just out there, lurking forever. Okay, now imagine taking that idea and making it an unbreakable law. That's blockchain. It's not just that the data doesn't get forgotten, it's that it literally cannot be forgotten. Each piece of information is cryptographically locked to the one before it, forming a chain that's impossible to break.
And that brings us to the big word of the day, immutability. It's pretty straightforward. Once data is on the blockchain, you can't change it. You can't delete it. You can't mess with it in any way. It is set in stone, period.
Think of it like this. Every single transaction, every bit of data is basically burned into digital stone. This is exactly what makes blockchains so secure and so trustworthy. But, and this is a huge but,
That very same strength can turn into a kind of digital prison. And this is where we get to the heart of the problem, where that amazing promise of permanence starts to look a little scary.
yeah, this is the question that changes everything. What happens when the thing you recorded forever is something you desperately, desperately wish you could just take back? And we're not talking about some abstract philosophical issue here. This is real stuff. You type one wrong character in a crypto address and boom, your money could be gone forever. You upload a sensitive file by mistake? Well, it's now a permanent part of a public record. This flies directly in the face of modern ideas like Europe's right to be forgotten. On an immutable blockchain, there's just no delete button. Someone put it perfectly with this quote. It really captures the paradox, doesn't it? The exact same feature that protects us can also trap us. It's working in two completely opposite ways at the exact same time. Let's break that down, because this is where it gets really interesting. On one hand, as a shield, immutability is amazing, right? It protects the truth, it guarantees transparency, and it holds people accountable. But flip that coin. As a trap, it preserves every single error, it can violate your privacy forever, and it leaves absolutely no room for forgiveness or growth. It basically freezes a moment in time, for better or for worse.
Okay, so if that's the dilemma, what's the fix? Well, the people who build this stuff are now trying to figure that out. How do we keep the good parts, the shield, while getting rid of the trap? Which leads to this wild question. It sounds like a total contradiction, I know, but people are taking it very, very seriously. Can we, and maybe more importantly, should we, build the ability to forget into a system that was designed for perfect memory? And some really fascinating ideas are popping up. You've got concepts like selective immutability, where maybe some data is designed to fade away over time. Or think about smart contracts that are programmed to delete sensitive info once they're done. These are really complex, experimental ideas, not just simple fixes. They're trying to fundamentally change how digital memory works.
But here it is, the million-dollar question. The moment you create a delete button, you have to answer this. Who gets to press it? Who decides what gets forgotten? Is it a central company, a government, a vote? And just like that, we're right back where we started. The whole point of a decentralized, immutable system was to stop any one person or group from rewriting history to benefit themselves. If we add an erase function, don't we risk creating the exact same powerful, centralized systems we were trying to get away from in the first place?
So, you see, this goes way beyond just a tech problem. We're now in deep philosophical territory, asking ourselves what kind of digital world we actually want to live in.
Just let that sink in for a second. Its perfect, logical, machine-like memory is what makes it so trustworthy. But we're human, we're messy, we make mistakes, we grow, we change. A system that doesn't allow for any of that, well, maybe it wasn't really built for us after all. Which brings us all the way back to the ultimate question. On a technical level, the answer is not really, not yet. The solutions are still just ideas, and they have their own huge problems. But on a philosophical level, maybe it has to learn. So I'll leave you with this final thought. We are building the moral code for machines that can remember everything forever. And in that journey, we might just find out that the ability to forget isn't a flaw, but maybe the most human and the most valuable feature we could ever give them.